What's up, fellas? We got the man of the hour right here, Kevin Samuels in the house. No crazy comments. We ain't going for that crap today. I ain't going for that crap today. Any disrespectful comments, I'm telling you, I got some moderators today, so you gonna get your ass blocked. Kevin, man, you so hot right now, man. How can I think you're a good lesson to guys of being a positive guy that you actually don't gotta be, say something negative. I ain't never heard you say nothing negative about nobody or nothing. You always been a positive brother. I think you are a good example of what you can get, where you can get by being positive, not negative. When usually people think they need to take the negative road on social media to blow up, but you actually always been a positive. Anybody in the manosphere, the black manosphere, we all love you. No, you don't got nobody over here that dislike you or nothing like that, man, because you always been positive. Speak on being positive and blowing up positive, brother.
Well, and thanks for having me on. And shout out to Sleazeball Nation, Sleazeball Gang, everybody. Look here, man. One, it's the harder path, but it's the more beneficial path. We've got plenty of information that shows the negative stuff. It gets immediate clicks and views.
Yes.
But nobody tunes in to you or me to hear us talk about anything other than our ideas.
Yes.
Negative leads, like in popular media. TV used to say, if it bleeds, it leads.
Right.
But think about in the late 80s, early 90s when all the carjackings and stuff was going on. People got tired of watching the nightly news, carjacking,
Right.
carjacking.
Right.
Eventually, people have to have some sort of hope. And I'll say it's easy for a man it's easier for a man who believes what he believes. He's on his purpose. He's passionate about something. To always ask, why am I here and doing what I'm doing? Because the challenges are gonna come. But that's the thing. Strength invites challenge.
Right.
If you weren't strong, people wouldn't challenge you.
Right.
They let you lay there. People don't
Right.
challenge homeless people. They challenge the CEO.
Right. Exactly, Kevin. So, like, you done really put a shining light on this high value man. Like, you really like done took this thing and just like everybody. You know what? I think every time I see somebody, I think everybody trying to be high value now. I mean,
Right.
literally everybody trying to be high value. Like, you done took this thing and took it to the stratosphere, and I think that's a good thing, brother. But what I want to know is, I think a lot of guys, and because I want to get it from you myself. What attributes do you think make a high value man?
Okay, well, first of all, I want to be 100% clear. High value is not my original idea. That's been with us for a long time.
Yes, yeah.
So what I did is I went ahead and just kind of put a kind of a framework around what I thought people would talk about when they meant high value. So let me go ahead and put it on the screen. One, 52 years old. When this whole thing about I need a six-figure man came out, that came out between 1983 and 1985. That's when that became popular.
Right.
And what that means is roughly, you need to make about $100,000 a year or more to get a ticket to the game. And that means if you in Atlanta dollars, Dallas dollars, Houston dollars, Birmingham dollars. If you in LA dollars or New York dollars, you need to make more.
Right.
Now, what pisses most people off about that is because guys get mad because they don't meet that mark. You and me didn't make that.
Right.
We just deal with the world as it is.
Right.
And we just say, if this is what it is, this is what it is. And then you have to make that money over an extended period of time.
Right.
Anybody could have been Jeremy Lin and had a good 7 games.
Right.
But you ain't going to the Hall of Fame on Jeremy Lin stuff.
Right.
So roughly 5 years in a row, because that just shows you can be consistent, work a program, stay focused, and you're really on the verge of being high value. From a money standpoint, if you've been doing it at least about 3 years, you're in striking distance.
Right.
The next thing I think is the next one will start to get more important.
Right.
Number 3, you are recognized by other men that are high value. They see you as their peer or their potential peer. They see you and say, that young dude got it coming. He's got the right stuff.
Right.
I'm going to keep my eye on him.
Right.
Because why that's important, because being high value is like a little fraternity of sorts.
Right.
Because once you start getting into that certain area, um, the problems change, and you need to have a network
Mm-hmm.
of high value men and other people. You
Right.
can't have a network of just alphas. You can't have a
Right.
network of just CEOs. You
Mm-hmm.
need some technicians. You know,
Mm.
you may be the don, but you need some button men, and
Mm-hmm.
some capos, and some knee breakers too.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the other parts, the needs are far more come down to the people skills, visibility.
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn level is something I say, basically folks need to kind of understand at a glance who you are and what you do. So to
Right.
say that I'm a personal trainer at Gold's Gym, or I'm
Right.
over VP of Mergers and Acquisitions at Goldman Sachs,
Mm-hmm.
it's different than saying I'm an entrepreneur. The
Right.
entrepreneur could make more than all of them, but you got to do more digging with the
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneur stuff. So it needs kind of to be visible, because the most important thing I think in high value, and this is irrespective of morals or anything else, because everybody's morals and religion can be different. You have to be
Mm-hmm.
utility.
Mm-hmm.
There is no such thing as a high value loner. You
Mm.
need to be useful to others and the group.
Mm.
Meaning, if I can't tap AMS's network,
Mm-hmm.
if I can't tap his contacts, if I can't tap his resources,
Mm-hmm.
how valuable is he to everybody else?
Mm.
So while many people want to focus on what's at the bottom, notice where it is at the bottom, the money.
Right.
You can make money, but
Right.
to have that network, have that
Mm-hmm.
respect for other high value men,
Mm-hmm.
to have the utility comes with time, work, and experience. Now,
Mm.
why aren't morals, character, and ethics? Because you can be a high value nihilist. You can be
Right.
a high value atheist, a
Right.
Muslim, Buddhist.
Mm-hmm.
That and this high value thing, men worldwide throughout time have separated themselves from the other guys. So this is just the kind of framework to talk about concepts that guys have always talked about: hypergamy, high
Mm-hmm.
value, all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. This is
Mm-hmm.
just a framework to get a conversation started. And I
Right.
think that's what really tipped it off when I said, what made men high value to other men,
Right.
not to women, to
Mhm.
other men.
Right.
And then the women are just the byproduct of doing the high value, the work. That's where they come into it. So,
Oh, okay. I like that, Kevin. I like that. I think a lot of people, when they think of you and a high value thing, they think of money. But
Mhm.
you putting this on the screen, I think you cleared that up for a lot of guys. That it's more about networking and being visible to other guys and respected. Y'all guys get that? It's more about being respected and having a solid network.
Yes.
And when you got a solid network, it's hard for you to fall. Like Jay-Z said, none of us fall because we all use to sell as crutch. I know I'm not saying that lyrically right, but y'all know what I'm talking about. And so, but another thing, Kevin, want to talk about. Everybody want to be a high value man. Everybody want to be a high value man. But do guys really know what happens when you become a high value man? Can they handle that? Can you handle the hate? Not just by your peers and contemporaries, but also your family members and your friends. Everybody, thinks you owe them something and stuff like that. How can guys prepare themselves once they become a high value man to deal with the hate, deal with the expectation? Everybody wants you to do something for them. Everybody, I think y'all guys just see guys riding around in the Benz and they dress nice and stuff like this, but do y'all guys know what comes with it? You got people that's going to try to tear you down. They want to, they got this crab in a barrel. What can guys do to prepare themselves for that mentality, Kevin?
First off, you can be an exceptional man and not have to be high value.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be. And high value is something that neither you or I made. We're just dealing with that construct.
Right.
So I want to be clear. You can be a man of value, a high impact man. I often call them productive, competitive, successful men. Those are different than high value. High value is basically asking to take the last shot.
Right.
You're asking to kick the game-winning field goal. You're asking the coach to put you in at crunch time.
Mm.
And see, this is why I don't think if you can be a high-value man under 30. One, because you need that 5 years to make that money. Two, you need time to build a network.
Right.
Three, because the easy come, easy go. This is why I do not automatically consider athletes, entertainers, or musicians high value because they make a lot of money. But how often do we see them balling in one regard, then 10, 15 years later, they on Iana Van Zandt Fix My Life?
Right.
Because they've mismanaged our money and opportunities.
Right.
How high value, the pressure that comes to being a high value man is better associated with understanding and having mentors and other high value men as peers.
I like that what you said, mentors.
Yes.
A lot of guys sleep on mentors, Kevin.
Well, see, that's the thing. What I know is men who are the top 10% of all men all tend to have coaches and mentors. Tom Brady got a coach. He got a throwing coach. And see, what matters so much more than anything else is when you get those attacks, those challenges that are coming. Other high value men who recognize you as a peer, that's when you'll get the text out of the blue. Keep your head up, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. I see you. Because those are other beacons of light throughout the world who are at the top. It's lonely up there. So when you're asking for the number one seat, you're asking for all the accountability, all the heat, all the smoke. So one, you need to be ready to take it. You need to be ready for your name to be in everybody's mouth, and 99% of them be wrong, including people who claim to know you. So I look at regardless of what anybody's political affiliation is, look at Donald Trump and Barack Obama. Two different sides, same coin, but they both had a tremendous amount of pushback. But they did it. They kept going their own. The way they did it, they handled it in a different way.
Right.
See, high value is just that. If it's not tested, ALS, if it's not tested, it's not worth it. All right, you're good. We saw you win. Show me what happens when you get knocked down. How do you rise? Do you rise? Do you get back? Do you get stronger? What happens? And that's why, being high value is so prized by the world.
Right. I agree, Kevin. Let me ask you this, Kevin, because this is something I deal with, so I want to get your perspective on it. You're a little older than me, you're a little wiser, so I'm gonna use you as a little wisdom right here.
Okay.
How do you handle feeling obligated to help family and friends to become higher value? How much obligation? I do be feeling an obligation sometimes, so I want to know, how do you handle that? How do you feel when you got contemporaries that they want you to come on and be on your channel, they want you to come on their channel, and I get that, and I'm like, man, you get 200 views a video, man, no, so how do you handle that?
Well, I look at the relationship before the popularity.
Okay.
Like the people who have been in my life, who have been supporting me back before, when I was on that crappy iPhone 5, no lighting, the jacked up style, the jacked up everything else jacked up, awkward presentation that I leave up on my videos so you can see how far I've come. My friends there are my friends because they were there when I was down.
Damn, I love that, Kevin.
So, and family members, see, let me explain something about family members. I worry about my second family more than my first family. And what the second family is, the first family is the one you were born into. You got no power over that.
Right.
Your mom and daddy got down and you came 9 months later. And you got the cousins and brothers and everything else. You got no choice over that. Right. However, your second family, the men that you meet in your life, those men that you bond with, those are your real brothers, your real cousins. And I realized that, like Mike Jones, back then didn't want me, now I'm hot on me. If you wasn't blowing my phone up, calling me, talking back and forth before I had a little something he thought was valuable, there's no reason to start doing that. But here's how I handle it too. I learned how to detach with love through therapy. I can love you as my family member, but I don't owe you. I don't owe you. I owe myself, and I owe the people like myself who want to be better, because if I squander this, who's that going to help? And I would tell you also about people wanting to reach out to you for favors and this and that. I keep it business.
Right.
We are brands.
Right.
Businesses and brands. And how does Coca-Cola line up with McDonald's? Because Coke goes good with cheeseburgers and fries. Burger King used to have Pepsi. And there was number one Burger King, number one McDonald's, number two was Burger King. Number one was Coca-Cola, number two was Pepsi. But guess what happened? Somewhere down the line, Burger King realized they were never going to overtake McDonald's. Never going to do it.
Right.
Pepsi realized they were never going to overtake Coca-Cola.
Right.
So they became the best Pepsi possible. Burger King
Mm.
became the best Burger King possible. And guess what? Burger King used to sell Pepsi. Now they sell Coke because it makes
Mm.
better business sense. Do they still
Wow.
have some Pepsi friends? Sure, but I need some Coca-Cola dollars.
Right. Damn, Kevin, dropping some knowledge on this. Shout out Kevin, bringing the knowledge, man. Hey, Kevin, so let me ask you this: what's the fastest way a guy can become high value? So right now, a guy is a garbage man. I know you said a garbage man can be of value, but if I'm just a typical hard-working, blue-collar working guy, and I want to become a high-value man, what's the fastest way I can go about obtaining that?
Well, let me first off give you a baseline. Stop digging.
Okay.
Stop digging. You're at the lowest level. Don't go any lower. Okay? Your debt that you have is over here. Your situation, your baby mama, your ex, your probation, whatever you got going on, that's going to be there.
Right.
First thing you're going to need is some sort of high income skill or talent.
Preach it.
We men get compensated for competence,
Right.
not should be. So what are your high value skills or talents?
Right.
Once you have that, that's just your sport. Then you're going to have to show me your work. I'm going to need you to get your ass in the gym at 6 o'clock. And at 6 o'clock, I'm going to need you to also take care of that nutrition when you're away from the gym. I'm going to need you to put in the work of a madman. I'm going to need you to dedicate that 10,000 hour mastery principle while no one's looking.
Right.
To fail, get better over and over again, because I only want you home to shower, sleep, sex, and shit. That's it. Don't tell me about what's going on Game of Thrones or the game. What about the movies or Marvel or whatever. No. You cannot tell me you are working on something and you putting in 40 hours. I don't talk to men who are working at least 60 hours a week. I will not get on the phone and talk to somebody who I do not know is not working 60 hours. Because my time's too valuable. Even before YouTube and all this, I was the same kind of mindset. Think about when you came on and you did what you did. You exploded. Then when you kind of fell back on collaborations and everything, I knew exactly why you did it. I was like, man, that brother, and with nothing but respect them, and a year or so later came around and said, hey, bro, I'm back on that map. We picked up like it wasn't no biggie. Wasn't no explanation needed. None. I'm like, yeah, of course, let's get it, bro. Because I understand the value of work. I respect work. And the thing is, money, value, all that stuff are the resultants of doing work. High value is a result of putting that work in, man.
Right. What do you
think? If I wasn't in LA on a trip that I did not want to go to, but I went for work, I wouldn't have been in that hotel to take that phone call that changed everything. I wasn't in my lair. I was working, reluctantly working, and just like behind the scenes, you're here, you're there, you're doing this, you're doing that.
Right.
So you need one to stop digging. Two, a high value skill, or talent or ability. Three, you got to put the hard work in, or you got to also start networking with people who can keep it honest with you. I had people around me who would tell me, man, I love your style, but your presentation on camera is shit. You corny. I can't relate to you. Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. He did that for me. He's like, hey, man, I love what you do. But you come across as kind of stiff and unrelatable. I'm like, you're right, man. I'm a black man sitting up in a suit talking about this stuff. I had to learn how to put my ego to the side and become more authentic and relaxed. Right. Let people see the all of it. And that's willing to be authentic. Women will call it vulnerable. Well, I call it authentic. And then be willing to take the criticism too. All my critics wasn't wrong. When the comment section was like, hey man, they wasn't wrong. And then take the criticism that's going to better you and make the adjustments.
Right.
Because we're all building the airplane in public as we fly it.
So a lot of guys can't take constructive criticism. I agree with that. And most people, you know better to even give them constructive criticism. Let me ask you this, guy, Kevin. What about guys who have limiting beliefs as into what they can do? I used to have that. Before I turned like 33, I always had these limiting beliefs that I just had put limitations on what I thought I could achieve. And I remember when I first finally became a personal trainer, I finally finished something that I started because I was, synonymous with just starting something and then not finishing it. So guys who are watching this right now, who just like that, have these limited beliefs, where they just like, I can't become an engineer, or I can't become, whatever high skilled performer, or whatever. How can they overcome those limiting beliefs, Kevin?
One, somebody worse than you has done it.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's worse than you has done it, man. Mm-hmm. Whether you're religious or not, mm-hmm. the people we study tend to be the biggest failures because they just never stop trying. Mm-hmm. Limiting beliefs tend to come from scarcity and fear. Mm-hmm. Many of us was raised by our mama, didn't have not enough money, so money was never something to be on the offense with. It was always to be defensive. Mm-hmm. So we got a negative money blueprint. Mm-hmm. We weren't planned as a result of a nuclear family where mom and daddy was preparing for us. Right. We just out here. Mm-hmm. So one of the first things I looked at is I started taking in different knowledge. I studied people who have been successful. Mm-hmm. And I got over the fact of realizing that just because I don't share the same skin tone, doesn't mean I can't get the similar outcome. Right. My path might be different, but I can still do the work. Mm-hmm. A couple of books, 48 Laws of Power. Mm-hmm. A book called Blink. Mm-hmm. A book called Start With Why. Mm-hmm. And then retraining your mind. Just like you take a body that's out of shape, and you have to retrain your muscles, joints, and everything else. You have to retrain your mind because that's the most important muscle in the body. Right. This is why you can see people who will win the lottery, Powerball, and inside of 10 years we broke. That's that negative limiting money blueprint. Right. And many times the hard part is you got to get away. You got to get away from your cousins and all them because they got those limiting beliefs. They remember, oh, you trying to be all big old, but I remember in 4th grade when you ate a booger. Okay, but I'm 35 now. For the Christians, think about Jesus could do no works in Nazareth because they would not accept him as the Messiah. Right. He said he was the Messiah. They just said, you David, son of the carpenter. Believing in your ability to get better every day is some of the most things. That's why people say fake it till you make it. You got to believe that, hey man, if I make the next right decision, keep doing the next right thing, I am putting distance between my old self. You look up and you're further down the path, and then you just keep doing the next right thing. That's right. So basically you're saying you accomplish one thing and then it starts compounding, you start to build confidence. That's what happened to me, Kevin, actually. That's me. Once you finish one thing, you do one thing, then you get the confidence that you can finish anything you put your mind to. Now let me ask you what I know a lot of people been wanting. Why are women so goddamn delusional about their SMV? That's what everybody been waiting on, Kevin. They like, high value. Let's get to the crust of this. Why are these women so goddamn delusional, Kevin? Man, I posted something on my YouTube the other day on my community tab. You guys go check it out when you get a chance. The world has told women in the West that they are perfect princesses that can do no wrong and should have everything they want. Men get an estimation of yourself every day. Men are born knowing we have to create value. Women are born with value. And what is that value, ladies? You're sitting on. That's the value. It doesn't matter what an unattractive overweight to a beautiful gorgeous. They all have had somebody have relations with. So that's number one. Number two, without belaboring the point, there was a financial incentive to get women into the workplace, into the workforce, and become consumers. They spend more money more frivolously. I did a broadcast about a month and a half ago talking about how Cosmopolitan magazine in the 60s, one of the chief writers came out and openly said, we lied to women. We lied about, this woman called Swellen Browder wrote a book called Subverted, talking about how she outlined how they Cosmopolitan was the Playboy for modern women.
Mm-hmm.
And they would make up lies, outright lies,
Mm-hmm.
about a woman named Karen or Denise or something like that. And they would put her in a city like Cleveland. And they sold delayed marriage, sex with no strings, birth control, and all those kind of things. And the delusion they've been selling to women is you can have it all at no cost.
Mm-hmm.
So now, somebody like yourself come along and say, "All right, we're gonna bang them to sleep."
Mm-hmm.
And you were the first person to just be direct out with it. Said,
Mhm.
"Y'all ain't playing with no rules. We're gonna play with no rules."
Right.
That was, you committed a foul, man. You
Yep.
were supposed to say that, but the market was thirsty for somebody to just say, "You know what? He's right."
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I actually said, "All right, fine. You want high value? This is what it is." But
Right.
what do these men want from a woman? Oh, I wasn't supposed to ask that question.
Oh man.
So
Oh man.
you know, they become delusional because they think that they can have everything, and what they don't realize is they all want the same handful of men,
Mm-hmm.
and that's fine. But my question, like I'm gonna talk about tonight, ladies, you want to share? Because it ain't, but it's less than 10% of all men. So you want to share? So you want to? I think I heard you say it.
Mm.
I think you were one of the first people I had heard say they want loyal alphas.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the Derek Jackson video.
Yeah, they want loyal alphas, and they don't. No, thank you.
That's not gonna work. Let me say this.
Nope.
Let me say this, Kevin. So like, let's say me for instance, right? Like you believe women should be reasonable with their sexual market value.
Yeah.
And like shouldn't women think they're a 10? Like let's take me for instance. I think I'm a 10.
Uh-huh.
Now, do I got a six pack? No. But you can't tell me I'm not a 10. So like what's wrong with a woman that's to me and you might be a 7, but she thinks she's a 9 or a 10. I think I'm a 10. So what's the foul in that in a woman believing that? In her eyes she's a 10.
The problem is the men may think that,
Mm-hmm.
but the world gives us an act. You can think you're a 10 all day long, but when you was a bouncer, how many guys thought they was 10s until that cover charge was $100? They realized they didn't even have 2 10s in their pocket. I mean, seriously, there's a difference between the dudes that's trying to get in the club. How many times you have to go out in the parking lot? Hey man, you can't be getting drunk in the parking lot. That's because they can't afford to drink at the bar. And the guys at the bar can't afford to have bottle service to be up in VIP.
Mm-hmm.
See, we men accept the hierarchy between generals and privates. You may be a confident private, but you're a private. So even we can think with it, and we have to have self-confidence and self-esteem, but we also know we gotta prove. The world demands competence from us. Women can believe what they want to about being a 10. You must have confidence, but confidence does not sell to men the way confidence sells from men to women.
Correct.
It doesn't map over that way.
Correct.
Because I met some extremely confident women that my stuff wouldn't even work with them. I'm like, oh no.
Right. I got you. So I get what you're saying. So you're saying the market dictates it. I agree with that. Now I want to know this because I maybe I haven't heard you talk about this. What makes a woman a high value woman?
Okay. What makes a woman high value is she's dedicated and disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
She has a comforting character.
Mm-hmm.
She's liberating and loyal, and
Mhm.
she's enthusiastic and exuberant.
Okay.
She's also appealing and attentive.
Gotcha.
See, and none of that has to do with her direct beauty.
Mm-hmm.
See, the ability to be liberating, that means I'm gonna stay down so AMS can do what he needs to do, and I'm gonna stay loyal. Meaning, his homeboy try to come by here and try to hit it. Not only am I gonna keep it at home, I'm gonna tell on that homeboy, you can't come in over here to us and try to expose him.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Apollo 13 wives. We're happy, thrilled, and proud, happy, and thrilled. They are the perfect woman to keep secrets.
Mm-hmm.
She's Delilah, who would never think about cutting Samson's hair.
Right.
So that means a man's most prized possession, his sleep, his rest, is not disturbed by her. That's a part of her comforting character.
Right.
She's the comforter to him. She has the character that other men wish their women had. She's above reproach. She ain't for the streets.
Mm-hmm.
She's Coretta Scott King, like that. She's not going to. She's gonna be like Big Mama did when Big Daddy died. You ain't sitting in Big Daddy's shirt, even though he been dead 15 years. We're gonna honor him because it's about our family and our legacy. She's discerning. Meaning she doesn't hang around with the local thoughts and hot pockets. She's disciplined because she goes from under one man's discipline to her man's discipline. She is disciplined to be able to say, I need to keep myself in this kind of shape and do this and do this and do that and do this and maintain the household and the empire, whatever we have, whatever we got going on. I need to manage what he's going out to acquire.
Right.
And she's enthusiastic about her and exuberant. She's enthusiastic and about her man. She's their number one cheerleader. Right. She's always talking about how great her man is. And when people go around talking about how bad, no. She don't want to hear nothing about it. And what makes her able to do that, she's a woman that's appealing to people in the room. And she's attractive to other men and women. She draws people to her. So a woman like that is truly has value. But her value is directly tied to her man.
Let me break that down what Kevin just said to the less educated. That means the bitch don't get on your nerves.
There you go.
That's what he just said, guys. He said it in a more politically correct way than me, but basically said, just stay out my way and don't get on my fucking nerves. That's pretty much what he said.
That's it.
Let me ask you this, Kevin. Do you think that a woman who's not aesthetically pleasing, say facially, you saying that a high value man is something that she shouldn't even expect to get?
Well, I won't say that. See, women like that, a woman like that, an average looking woman, this is when you get a guy who's a Henry, a high earner in training. So you get him when he's in process. So this is when you get him when he's right out of school and you see his potential. And you're willing to stay down while he builds, and you don't sit around and emasculate him or hit his manhood or whatever. You know, we can use Barack Obama for this. When he came out of law school, he was a community organizer. But do you not think Michelle saw some value in him, whether we agree or not?
Right.
And that is where most Melinda Gates get bills.
Exactly.
They're in process.
Right.
But see, sadly, too many modern women want it all. They want to enjoy their life in their youth, in their 20s. Then when they decide they want to settle down, they want to go just pluck a man off the high value tree.
Right.
That's fine. You better be an 8, 9, or 10 in the face, 8, 9, or 10 in the body, be fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, and have all the other things that your particular high value man desires of the woman because he has options. You can want it.
Damn,
you can want a lot of stuff. I want a G6. I don't have the paper for it right now.
Right. You got the paper though. It's in your back pocket. Check that back pocket, Kevin. I'm gonna feel that.
Kevin, right? But that's the result of that work though, right?
Yeah. That's right, Kevin.
That work.
That's right, Kevin. So let me ask you this. Well, let me break that down what he's saying, guys. For the girls, the ladies on here watching this, if you want a high-value man and you are not the hottest, and probably even if you is the hottest, you're going to have to get a guy before he gets to the top because it's hard, and I can tell you that Kevin is not lying on this. It's going to be hard for me to, besides me being red pill, want a girl, and say you're a purple pill guy. It's going to be hard for you to want to settle down with a woman that didn't help you build, is what he's saying. And that's a good point, Kevin. It's hard. Yeah. It's going to be hard to believe a girl like you for you when she wasn't there to help you build. I like that.
Show me what the second wife looked like. I mean, you show me. I was like, I always hear women talk about. I see plenty of high value men, or men with money, what average looking women look like. I was like, yeah. But show me what the second wife gonna look like. And when I coach with men, and they oftentimes have problems deciding about relationships with women, I just ask a simple question. Fuck all that. If you had $1 billion cash in the bank, is this the woman you'd be with? And the answer inevitably comes back as no.
No.
I'm like, well, so basically, you're with the woman you can afford.
There you go. There you go. I like, damn, Kevin, that's some. Y'all keep Kevin talking these nuggets on here. Y'all give my man Kevin a round of applause for them nuggets. I got a couple more before he go, because I know he got to get ready for his show tonight.
Oh, that's gonna be off the
So let
chain.
me ask you this: for a woman that wants a high value man, and let's just assume that she's what we would phrase as a 9 or a 10,
Okay.
should she expect to share, man? She shouldn't expect a high value man that she shouldn't have to share. What your thoughts on that, Kevin?
Let me. You tip of my show. Tip of my show, but I'm gonna tell you right now.
Okay.
Okay, I did a broadcast last week saying women who want high value men should know they're gonna need to praise him. And what I mean, they're going to have to publicly respect, accept, and acceptance is where you got to understand. Just like you want him, every other woman wants him too. And it is not normal for. There are usually 2 male lions that administer a pride of lionesses, 6 to 8 of them. They're out roaming the prairie.
Right.
When they come home, they can mate with any of the lionesses, and they all accept it. It is not normal for mammals to expect a loyal alpha. There needs to be, if you want a high value man, ladies, understand something, especially if you want him after he's in process. You're going to need to know, just like you're looking for him, Becky, Marlene, Marisol, and Keisha is too. And we have evolved. You got 1 egg that you produce a month, and you have a finite. We have millions of sperm. So yeah, I think there need to be some rules that you set up. No outside kids, no diseases. Don't embarrass me in public, and don't put our family legacy in jeopardy. And after that, no harm, no foul. Because I know more high value men that when they're out, if they do what they do, the women that they deal with would never think to talk about exposing this and that, because they know you're the mistress. I ain't never leave my woman for you.
Right.
And that, yeah, and if you one of them dudes, man. See, when you get out here, if you're gonna be with one person and they're gonna call it your one and only, well, it comes to certain kind of rules. But no, do I think that the average woman wanting a high value man, especially if he's high value when you meet him, should you expect him to be monogamous and committed to you? I think it's foolish.
Right.
You can want it, but it's foolish.
I agree. But don't you think it's some beta high value men out there that might have they still in scarcity? So like everybody's not gonna have the abundance, even though they're high value. Technically, they still got a scarcity mindset. They still got the beta mindset. So what can they expect to at least get one of them?
Yeah. I mean, everybody can win the Powerball, but the lotto is more likely.
Right.
I mean, yeah. Here's the thing: if loyalty matters that much, you get an average guy. I mean, if it really matters that much, get an average guy. Because I want us to think about 1,000 years ago. What did it put us in the Dark Ages? Think about 800 years ago. There was the nobility, the monarchs. And you had to be born. You couldn't just become king. But then there was the nobles, the dukes, the earls, and all those people. And then there was no middle class. There were just the people.
Right.
Well, if you're in the nobility, the nobles had access to anything. Think about the movie Braveheart. Prima Nocta. As lord of these lands, I'm going to take the wife into my bed on the first night of her union. Yeah, and that's because he was a noble lord. And any woman that got married in his town, a common woman, he could have sex with her before her husband. And that was an accepted thing. See, human beings understand how this is, but because we civilize the world in general, we got first world problems. You want to straighten this out? Let's have some wars. Have some wars. If this pandemic would have jumped off, get us some Book of Eli, some The Walking Dead stuff going on, and then people start realizing these first world notions that we have. We got to make problems now because we don't have enough of them. But in those dystopian worlds like that, where men, you need a man for your actual survival, what do women do? They get with the strongest, highest value man possible for safety.
Mm. Like that. Both ways, protection and financially.
All of it.
Yeah.
All of it. So,
Hmm.
you know, and in the United States, we write endings that are more cathartic for women, but they know how it is. And honestly, man, come on, man.
Right.
We both know.
Yeah.
Get with me,
Yeah. Women, y'all
shit.
guys
Get with
must
me,
know.
chair.
Y'all guys must know that these basketball wives, these football wives, they know what their husband doing. All they ask for their husband is just be respectful with me. Keep your tramps, don't
That's
have
it.
them around here cutting the food. Make sure they know their place.
And see, the thing is, even without them, even when I was in corporate America,
Mm-hmm.
CEOs and executives, right there in their compensation package, they have something called miscellaneous, or
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times that's written into their package. And you would wonder. I told a story about a high level escort that I saw that she saw someone else too,
Mm-hmm.
and in order to keep him in the right mindset, people knew what he did. Look, man, before the internet existed, men have always had, especially high value or successful, powerful men, have always had the woman they married to
Mm-hmm.
make their children and their legacy,
Mm-hmm.
the mistresses and sides and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
That's not new.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why people expect us to go to. Well, I know why they want it, but that don't make no sense.
That don't make no sense. And be quite honest with you, most women, regardless of what they say on social media and all that, if they get a high value man, they kind of know what coming with it. I don't care what they say on
Come
social
on,
media
bro.
and YouTube. They kind of know what comes with it.
Monday know who Tuesday is.
Exactly.
Thursday know that Wednesday left her drawers over. Come on, man.
There you go.
How many? And see, the thing is, people think we're capping and hindsight, but you've seen this for how many years? I've seen it for a long, 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 long time.
Mm-hmm.
And that was back when I was trying to get two pennies to rub together.
Right.
Now you got some nickels and dimes and dollars. Come on,
Man, what you gonna expect? Let me ask just one more question, Kevin. Before you go, I know you got your show tonight. Make sure y'all go there and check Kevin out too. He had it lit or whatever. I'm asking you one more. What about guys? What can guys do for confidence who are high value, but they still lack the confidence? Like most guys can become high value and they would develop confidence, but you will have some guys that, despite getting their finances in order, despite getting in the best shape of their life, they still lack confidence. What would you tell that guy?
You need to get in the ring with high value men and get punched in the chest.
Mm.
I mean, there is a coming of age thing.
Mm-hmm.
Look, you can make money and still be a simp or wimp. But the
Right.
thing is, when you get around other men who ain't gonna accept that, I'm gonna use your word, that bullshit.
Mm.
And they gonna say, man, I don't want to hear that whiny crybaby stuff. You got this, and you got this one eyelash, you got this, you got that. We need drill sergeants in our lives, in our circle, to kind of check our stuff. I have a gauntlet of men around me that I respect enough to substitute their judgment for my own, and they have free reign to check me on my bullshit at any time.
Mm.
Because men, we cannot allow weak men. A weak man is a danger to us.
Right.
So if you have everything else taken care of, deal with your parent the little kid. But sooner or later, you're gonna have to put the little boy that didn't get a lollipop and a ride on his daddy's shoulder. You're gonna have to go ahead and make peace with him and get on back in the game, because we gotta slay these dragons, man. We ain't got time
Right.
for you to be emotional over here with that shit. You make us
Right.
all bored.
Mm. All right, Kevin, man, you done fit some game tonight.
My boy.
I know you gotta get you some lemon juice so you can tell these helpers off tonight, bro. I'm gonna let you go, man.
All right,
Y'all
no
show
problem.
Kevin some love on his way out here. Make sure y'all go check out his channel every month. Was it Monday night at 10?
Monday, Wednesday, Friday night at 10, and then Tuesday, Thursday on Instagram at 10 o'clock. So,
All
man,
right.
it's good to be back, man. And keep doing what you do, man, and keep your foot on the gas, man. Do
You
that
know it,
shit.
bro. You
All
know
right,
it.
then.
Much
Peace out.
love, brother. Take care,
Later.
man. All right. So let me show some love to the super chats. Appreciate Kevin stopping through. I know my girl China White was over here. Shout out China White. I saw the super chat. Some of y'all super chats done left off the stream, but Anthony Spade, appreciate you, brother. See all my bitches calling the phone now. Let me turn the phone off. My bitch is calling. God damn it. Let me cut the phone off. Goddamn bitch. I'm working. God damn it. She got to call back. Shout out my man Alfie, Steph is cold. Who else up on here? Let's see. My man Eli Monroe, appreciate that super chat. I already said China. Jaleel Watson, appreciate that super chat, brother. I said Anthony. Alpha Kingdom, appreciate that super chat, brother. So I appreciate that super chat. So let's get to these questions right here. Let's see what we got. What's up, brother? What's up, brother? I'm doing great, brother.
Bro, I've been following you for about 3 years. I love your page, everything you're doing for men and just the work.
Thank you, brother.
So thank you.
Thank you, brother.
I have a couple questions for you. I'm gonna ask you one question about booty, and I'm gonna ask you one purpose question as well.
Okay.
All right. So I would say I'm not the best with women. I'm 27. I have around 70 bodies, and I'm more experienced. I kind of just discard 7s, 8s, but they're nice. But my problem is, like you said, the reason you started your channel was like maintaining that attraction from the 9s and 10s. And so a recent situation, I moved 40 minutes away from my hometown. I was dating this real bad chick, super submissive, very, very cool, amazing personality, just overall just a high value woman, like Samuels was touching on. So we were going good for about 7 months, and then her friends got in her head, started talking to her about, I'm this bad guy, I shouldn't be trusted. I kind of have a little bit of a bad reputation back home. But so she kind of bought into the hype, and then she kind of just ghosted me after 7 months of going good. And I didn't blow her up, but I initiated contact after the first time she ever flicked, which was my first mistake. And I didn't beg or anything like that initially or pursue like too far, but because I've been following your page, and I've also have a little bit of experience of like dating dimes, losing the bitches, and so with this chick it just hurt more because like she's cold, but like her personality is even like a step above like how she looks, and she basically pulled all the way back. And when after what had happened, she basically was like, you weren't like trying to. You never asked me to be in a relationship. I just felt like things weren't going anywhere. And so at that point, we kind of talked just briefly about like where we had like kind of like not been communicating. And I've been a little bit like when you put out the fucking video on toxic versus alpha, I was like, God fucking damn it. I did every fucking toxic thing. And I would say I'm naturally a fucking simp, honestly. Like before I found your channel, I was a fucking beautiful simp, like that ass. And then I just started to become red pill with like the 6s and 7s. I could just discard them, take them, leave them. But the 9s and 10s, I'm very still to this day very purple because I was raised by a single mom. You know what I mean? All that shit.
Right.
So I value a good woman. And basically, my question for you is. I did pursue a little bit without begging after she pulled all the way back and stopped wanting to see me. She explained the situation, but did not express like meeting up again or anything like that. And so I kind of just let her go. It's been about a month, maybe a week of no contact. And I was just wondering what your thoughts are on that. I'm completely accepted losing the bitch, but I would like to get that shit back if you feel.
Well, this is the thing, guys. This is the thing. You know, I always find it funny that guys call me. They say, "Hey, I got the abundance mindset."
I'm not claiming that yet.
Okay. So this is the thing, guys. When y'all dealing with women, first of all, it sounds to me like you can acknowledge that you made some mistakes, and so I want y'all guys to ask yourself: do y'all guys ever ask yourself, how do I get the knowledge that I got? Do y'all ever ask yourself that? It comes from fucking up.
Going through it.
That's right. It comes from fucking up. So with this girl right here, this is how you become. See, this is the thing. You can read all the books. You can go and binge watch all the videos you want to. But until you get one of these, that's when the learning really starts. And all the videos is like a tutorial on you, like your oh no moment. Like, oh shit. But at the end of the day, a lot of this stuff, you got to go through it. And this one right here, that hurts. This is the one that's gonna really dig deep and make you start learning and start knowing that now I see why AMS says what he says. Now with this girl here, you made a mistake. The only thing she can do is come back to you. You can't do no pursuing. You can't make her come back. You can't. That ain't no magic words you can call her.
Right.
If she comes back in the month or whatever, or whatever. But this is the thing. This is what she don't have a tendency to do. Because this has been my experience with women. She'll probably call you a month from now, and you friend zone. She probably want to meet up. She probably just gonna want to friend zone you, where she just calling out the blue, but really ain't talking about a goddamn thing. She really just wasting your goddamn time. You see what I'm saying? That's what you can expect. More, what I've seen from women is, unless it was an attachment or something strong like for years, usually when that attachment is broke, it's gone. I'm being honest. With women,
hey,
usually when they stop liking you, you do something to make them stop liking you. Unless it was like a strong attachment, like say y'all was dating for years or something like that. But like if y'all was just dating a couple of months or a few months or something like that, and you fuck up and she
like
loses
6-7 months,
they usually don't start back liking you, brother. I'm just being honest with you. That's been my experience with women. So this one is pretty much, she probably getting fucked right now. And you gotta be okay. Oh yeah, she's getting fucked. You know what she gonna do? You know what she'll do? You know what she'll do to you? She'll call you and tell you her problems with him. That's how crazy women is. She will call you and start.
I don't play that.
Let me tell y'all y'all remember. Who on here remember the infamous Sunday chick? Press 1 if you remember the infamous Sunday chick. Press 1. Press 1 if you remember the infamous. The bitch I made videos about for the. Every time I gave an example, it was this bitch, the Sunday bitch, right? Everybody remember that bitch, right? This bitch, after I made the video on how I lost the attachment, right? You know, this bitch had the audacity to call me, tell me something. You know, I'm thinking about joining the Equinox. What you think about that? Bitch, I'm not your homegirl. What the fuck you think? This bitch called me, tell me something. What's my opinion on you joining the Equinox? What I'm the girlfriend now? I had no idea. I blocked that goddamn bitch. Y'all know I say don't block bitches. I tell y'all guys all the time, don't block bitches. This bitch gonna call me, tell me something. What's my opinion on her joining the Equinox? Like, oh, I'm the girlfriend now. More than likely, that's what she gonna try to do with you. She gonna try to goddamn friends on your ass, and you do the same thing. Hey, bitch, if you want to meet up, hit me up. If not, don't call me with this bullshit. She'll probably call you talking about some, hey, what you think about this spot over here? Now, bitch, I ain't, no. Then if you talk to her, she'll start telling you about what's going on in that relationship. So the point being, bro, is this one is gone. You learn from it.
Yeah.
She's probably going to hit you up out the blue. Don't entertain that foolishness. Go ahead.
Cut you off, but I'm going to keep just consistency and just the flow of the stream going. But the girl I found your channel from who really fucked me up was even a step above her in attraction. And like that one is what really fucked me up and made me really sad. This one hurts only because she is actually a real bitch. Like she was like straightforward with me. She didn't play games. I was the one kind of gaming and being toxic when I could have kept it. But I do care. Like I'm purple pill when it comes to chicks like this. But like the one thing that gave me kind of the onus to like even hop on this live stream, I want her to share, but like to really ask a question was that one of the last things she said was, I just felt like you were always out of my league, and like all my friends wouldn't fuck you, so I always felt like I just had to compete too much. And then she still just left. I'm like, what the fuck? This is a little bit opposite of what I've been reading.
So let me tell y'all guys something. When a girl tell you that, that's because she thinks you're a serial killer and you might kill her, and so she's letting you down easy. I'm dead serious. Whenever y'all guys hear a girl give you the, you so hot, this, that, and other, that's code for, you look like you might kill my ass if I break up with you. So let me make you feel good while I'm breaking up with your ass. That's what that is.
Right.
I'm gonna break up with you because you so gorgeous that I don't want to deal with all the what the fuck. It almost makes me feel like women think men ain't got no goddamn sense, right? So if you were with Brad Pitt or somebody like that, you like, oh, well, I don't want to deal with all this competition, so I gotta break up with you. Man, that bitch, you know what? She had a good laugh that night. She was laughing so hard. That motherfucker I think he's a good looking girl. And he believed it. And you know what? It works because now you ain't gonna go kill a bitch because you think like she like you and that you so good looking. In actuality, she was just dumping your ass and trying to make you feel good. Y'all gotta give it up to women. Y'all give it up to women. Nobody can break up with a motherfucker and make him feel good while breaking up with his ass like a woman. That's how that, you know what? You got that kind of serial killer, you know, you got the hat going back, you kind of in the dark, you know. I don't know, man. I don't know. They said you got 70 bodies. I don't know if they talk about dead bodies or I don't know what we got.
No. Quick history on me. I'm not gonna call myself a loser. I have a bachelor's degree, but it was one of those fucking useless degrees, right? Right now I'm in the barbering program. My best friend opened a barber shop. We're charging $40 a cut. So I saw everybody's gonna go to barber school, but it's a best friend, it's a homie, and we're just charging stupid overhead. So I figured I can use that to invest in my purpose, which is music. I'm gonna get to that next question really quickly. But essentially, like, I've been a male model. I'm 6'4", obviously pretty good looking, I would say. Six-pack abs, ripped up as fuck. All my friends asked me for fitness advice, and this bitch was on my dick hard as fuck. And she was like, I told my family all about you, blah, blah. You basically just, like, broke my heart, and you didn't even talk to me about being together when you moved. And I just didn't even think it was a fucking big deal. But at the same time, I watched that video, and I realized I was being a little bit too toxic, you know.
Charging $40 for a haircut, bro. That she should just break up with you for that right there. You charging $40 for a haircut? You know what? That shit right there just get you dumped right there, right off the bat. Motherfucker charging $40 for a haircut, but that motherfucker better have gold trimming or something around it when you get goddamn $40. I better get some ass that night. Goddamn $40, man, for real. But the thing is,
the only explanation I can have is like, go ahead.
The only thing going on with you, bro, is that you making minor little mistakes, and the girls are losing attraction. You know, I was just fucking with you about the serial killer shit. But what's going on is you haven't perfected your game yet. You making silly little mistakes, and so you just need a little bit more work on your game, which just comes with time and stuff like that. I'm not there to really see exactly what you're doing, the cause, the interest, but it's simply the girls are losing interest some type of way. And I'm gonna tell you right now, without even just, I'm gonna just go off experience with this.
It's because I haven't been on my purpose.
Either that, or they getting boyfriend vibes from you. So what happens is, and I want you guys to listen up to this right here, what I'm about to say, right? What we have a tendency to do when we meet a girl that we find very attractive and we think is potential girlfriend material, we have a tendency to lead with these boyfriend vibes. Like normally you could dick them down and toss them to the side of the road, but every now and then when you meet a girl that you have a high attraction for, especially with what you said that she had the personality to match the beauty, what ends up happening is we always start to like move into this boyfriend vibes. And what ends up happening is that scares a lot of women because they want to move on their time frame. And when they thinking that you're moving towards a relationship and they not at that point yet, they'll kind of like back up a little bit. Like if you might not have said nothing like, hey, I want you to be my girlfriend, but they can feel it. They can feel it. And it has to be their decision. You might not say, I ain't even say nothing about that, AMS. They can feel it when they around you. That you're gravitating towards that boyfriend vibe. They can feel that. And it has to be them. A man natural instinct, a high value man instinct is to naturally run from a relationship. So the girls that I date, when the conversation comes up, I quickly change that motherfucker. When she talking about my relationship, I'm talking about, hey man, you see what happened this weekend in Miami? Like I'm changed. Don't even say no R words around me. I don't even want to get into that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't never watch no relationship shows with your girl. All this married with medicine. We ain't married with shit. None of that bullshit. All that love in Huntsville. All these relationship marriage. Because then you're going to get thrown the question. Well, when you think about that, I don't think shit, bitch. I don't think that. You need to watch sports. You need to watch something else. We need to watch CNN. All right? So that's how a high value man with options acts. I run from those subjects. And see, you carry that energy. And a lot of guys carry this energy and then they wonder what happened. And all that comes from, bro, is when you meet a girl that you find very attractive, you gotta always think like this just one of a minute. This ain't nothing. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
But you get into this mindset like this is the one. And she can feel that.
I
So that's all you did, bro.
didn't. Yeah, I agree with that, but I'm also thinking like I didn't like press or anything for time or anything. I would like go 2 weeks without talking to the bitch, and like, so I think it's somewhere in the middle. Like I think she's capping a little bit for the reason that she let me down lightly, like you said. But I think it's somewhere in the middle of where she genuinely wanted to be with me, but I was just out clubbing, fucking other bitches all the time, and it, like the girls that I was fucking were just not even worth losing her over.
Now, see, this is what I'm talking about when I say I can't really tell you, because I could throw out scenarios all day because I'm not really there. So I'm just throwing out scenarios. But listening to you say that, see, that's too much. So you don't want to send off boyfriend vibes, but you don't want to be disappearing for 2 weeks either. See, this is you guys got to find a balance. Y'all guys got to find a balance. You can't disappear for 2 weeks and you can't see the bitch every day either. You got to find a balance. Either one is not good. Boyfriend vibes is not good. And disappearing for 2 weeks ain't good. It ain't that much purpose in the goddamn world. I'm being serious. When you do shit like that, if I'm a woman, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking this guy is strategically playing little games to make himself look high value, which is a turnoff to me. That's what if I text a woman at 5 p.m.
Like I was.
If I text a woman at 5 p.m. and she texts me back the next morning, I lose interest. Mainly due to the fact that I know it was purposely done for her to make herself like she's so busy. Bitch, you not that busy. And so when I see that type of game plan going on, I lose interest. Me personally, if I text you at 5 or 6 p.m. and you text me back the next day, although we're not in a relationship and you're not obligated, I lose interest just because I figure that you about game plan and I don't have time for all that. I instantly lose. I lose attraction. I don't have time for that bullshit. If you want to text me back at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock before you go to bed, that's fine. I understand you might be out with friends. But when you text me back the next day, you too much into games. I don't got time for that bullshit. So if that's what you was doing, bro, you was playing all these, hard to get games, I would stop fucking with you too. But like I said, we can throw all these scenarios out all day. All right.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is like I can only just feed you like what was going on. You're not there, so I have to make the ultimate like call in the end. But like I've definitely matured as a man through like going through your channel, finding your channel. Swallowing the red pill fucking took me some fucking time, bro. And like just like listening to like how you reacted to having your heart broken, like everything, like you definitely handle certain situations much, much better than me. And I never had like that masculine guidance in my life. So thank you and other YouTubers like Steph, is Cold, Good Ice Fearless, and honestly, you brought them to the forefront by putting those dudes on. So I found them through your channel, and deadass, like those dudes, like they're just like your little bros who just like the message you're pushing. They're just like also from a younger point of view. They're hitting on those like nuances of that game. And so shout out to Four Horsemen, MJ gave out as well. I don't want to forget him. Thank y'all. I want to thank y'all. I matured as a man through watching you guys' fucking channel because no adult male could fucking like be consistent in my life and be positive. And so I just appreciate the game on that one. I think it was a bit of both. I was just being a little too much of a game player, but also when we would be together, I fucked up. I watched like go on like initiating physical contact and stuff, and I'm like, God, fuck.
Let me get somebody else, bro. All right, man. I gotta get you on.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, bro. Be good, man. Thank you for the support, man. All right. Let me say this here. Hey guys, anybody I put on, just think of one question you want to ask me. Don't come on with 16 questions. Not trying to be a dick, and then just one question, maybe two if it's a quick one, maybe two, but don't come, because it's too much. Everybody trying to get on. All right. Not trying to be a dick in that. All right. And then anybody want to join the stream, the Patreon link is in the description. You got to be a patron. They the ones get the link to call in. What's up, brother?
Oh, shit. What's up, AMS?
What's up, brother?
All right, so my first question to you is a purpose question. So Kevin just was saying about blue-collar men being at like the bottom of the totem pole. See, out of high school, I started my plumbing apprenticeship. See, as plumbers, there's there's a pretty high outcome if you get your license. So I'm 21 now, and because of COVID, I wasn't able to like go to school yet and all that, but I'll be able to go there eventually. So I was just wondering, should I continue to be a plumber? I work with my dad every day and all that. So
Let me say this. Let me say this, brother. As far as like being a blue collar worker or anything like that, the thing is not the profession. You could do good at the plumbing, but eventually at some point you're gonna have to be your own boss. You won't become that making what you want to make working for somebody else. So you only gonna make the real money when other people are working for you. Not even when you're working for yourself, as in self-employed. Robert Kiyosaki.
Sorry, can I put you off for a second?
Robert Kiyosaki. Let me explain this to you right quick. Robert Kiyosaki. He had this quadrant, right? This is the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, where he was basically saying on this side you can be an employer or self-employed, right? And then on this side you can be a business owner or an investor. And what he's saying is to get wealth, you got to be on this side of the quadrant, right? You got to be a business owner and an investor. You won't become an employee or even a self-employed. Self-employed means like me when I was a personal trainer and I go out and I train people. Even though I'm my own boss, I'm selling time for money. You see what I'm saying? The way you're going to really get the money you really want is you got to get on this passive side over here, which is the business owner and the investor. So,
and that was my plan. That was my plan. Because I wanted to get my license by the time I'm 25 so I can own my own business or get my master's plumber or whatever it takes so I can own my own business. And basically, this is like my purpose question because like, it's kind of like a social thing, like the way, because I never went to university like all my other friends did and all that, so kind of like, I don't know how like that looks like in a social like setting, like, oh, you're a plumber or you get dirty and all that stuff. So, I guess it's like you don't really care what people think. But anyway, yeah, that was my goal. Because listening to all your videos and stuff, I've been listening to you for like 2 years. You're saying get a skill or a trade or whatever, open your own business. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna do that. And yeah, that was my plan. So I was just wondering, like, that's what I go now.
Okay, so if you're gonna do that, I'm all for it. Because as long as you're gonna become a business owner and you're gonna have people working for you and you pay them a salary and you're able to make money off of them, then yes, that I have no problem with. I just don't want you.
That's my grind right now. That's like I'm just on my fitness shit and I'm just been plumbing every day and right now I'm just gonna call my boss and I'm trying to like rack up the hours now and do overtime. Is what Kevin was just saying. You gotta work like 60 hours a week now. You know
At least. So At least.
That's the plan then.
Okay.
And, I got one more question.
Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. One more question, then one more question about women.
Okay.
It's kind of about what to do with purpose. What's the best tips on building a social circle? I took your advice. I just, as you can see around me, I'm 21. I just moved out my parents' house. I got an apartment, like right down the street from a beach. And I'm just wondering, what's the best way to build a social circle?
What you like to do?
I like kayaking. I like fitness. I like boxing.
So that's how you're gonna build your social circle, doing what you love to do. So like when you in there boxing and stuff like that, you instantly got something in common with somebody. You see what I'm saying? So friends are what? People that have common interests, right? Same thing like when you dating, right? When you dating a girl, it only works if y'all got some common interests. If you like peanut butter and she like jelly, y'all don't like shit together, it don't work. Me and the girls that I date or whatever, we get along good because I like to eat, they like to eat, and so it works. I don't work well with a girl who want to go fucking mountain bike riding, all this other adventurous bullshit. I'm not into that bullshit, right? So the point being is you got to have common interests. This is gonna give y'all something in common to where y'all can share together, right? When I was younger, all my friends, we all like to go to clubs. We had that in common. So if you like boxing, this is where I'm gonna make my friends at. And understand that you don't need to know hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. If you go in there and you couple of guys boxing or whatever, and you introduce yourself or whatever, 2 good guys and you got your social circle. You know what I'm saying? You got your social circle, and how this go is, okay, y'all guys met, and the guys who are my friends and their friends, you see what I'm saying? And so we all come connect. So this guy here might got 4 or 5 friends already, and this guy might got 4 or 5 friends, and then I already got 3 friends, and then you see what I'm saying? And so we all come together as one.
See, okay, this ties into the last question. So, all the high school, I was kind of like young and like into like the fun shit and like a lot of my family members get into that shit too. Like, I'm not gonna expose too much, but yeah, you know, I'm trying to move away from that. So, with girls my age, like you're saying about the bad boy thing, like girls love that shit. So, I'm trying to like, how do like I move away from that? Like, I still want to hold like that masculine thing, but like I don't want to portray like that. So,
Man, being masculine frame has nothing to do with being thug. You know what a thug is? A thug is somebody who breaks the law. That's what a thug is. You being masculine frame has nothing to do. James Bond is masculine frame. A thug is just somebody who breaks a law. That's it. So you can still be masculine and mature without breaking the law. You can be a book nerd and be in your masculine frame. You get what I'm saying? So that's all. That's the thing with that. You just don't break the law. Thugs are not the only ones who have a masculine frame. I have a masculine frame. A lot of people have. Kevin just got off. He got a masculine frame. He don't break laws. So if you thinking you got to be a thug to hold a masculine frame, you're terribly mistaken.
Okay. All right, man. Cool.
All right,
Thank
bro.
you, man. Take care.
Be good, bro. Peace. Oh yeah, guys. For all you guys that think you gotta break the law to be masculine frame and all this, that, other.
No.
First of all, you meet these crazy ass girls who wanna meet thugs and shit. Don't worry about them crazy bitches. Man, ain't nobody trying to break no laws to be with no damn woman. What's up, bro?
Yo, AMS, what's up, bro?
What's up, bro?
Big fan, bro. You really helped me out, man. Like I was down bad when I didn't know about your channel. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I found you out when I was a junior in college. I'm now a senior, about to graduate.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching a video the other day, and you would say like you used to like have girls like on you at first, right? And then like you would like mess it up by being a dancing monkey and like over talk tip. Like that was me like to a T, but I feel like you really helped me like with that. You know what I'm saying? Because, I just started using like I honestly, bro, like you said, like when you good looking, bro, shut the fuck up. Like you know what I mean?
That's
Like
it.
you gotta do nothing. Yeah, but big ups to that. But I had a purpose question.
Mm-hmm.
So my major is like communication.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to go into like the sports broadcasting field. You know what I'm saying? But I know that kind of takes a while to get into. So you have to like work your way up in that field. So like in the meantime, like I was thinking about starting a daycare business, and I'm also my purpose. I do music too. So what do you think about that? You think I should invest in like real estate? I remember you kept saying like the 401 IRA thing.
Roth IRA.
Yeah, IRA. Yeah.
So let me say this. For any of you guys that's watching this right now, and I heard Tyler Perry say this a few years ago when somebody asked him about how to be successful on something. He said, focus on one thing. And what I heard from you, you named out like 4 things you was trying to do.
Yeah.
You need to put your priorities to one thing to be successful. You're not going to be successful with 6 things at one time. Okay?
Yeah.
So whatever it is, you need to, because to be successful in that one thing is going to take all your energy, and it's going to take 70 hours a week to become successful in that. You get what I'm saying? And you're not going to become successful trying to open a daycare and then get into broadcast communications. So which one are you going to do and go full-fledged on that and learn everything you can about that? Don't be stressed. Don't try to be the jack of all trades. Find one thing and go all in on that.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. The only reason for the daycare is because like my mom's a healthcare physician, you know what I'm saying? And she was like raised up in that type of environment. So we was like really just gonna like collaborate ideas and all that sort of stuff. But like, yeah, the communications, man, it just takes a while to get in that field. So like, you know, I figured I'd work a job like a regular 9 to 5, whatever, on my purpose, like the gym and all that. But I see what you're saying though. Just like focus on one thing. So I mean,
Focus on one thing.
yeah,
That's gonna take all the energy just being that, because like you said, you're gonna end up having to work a job, and then you're gonna end up trying to work on this on the side. You see what I'm saying? You ain't gonna have time for all that. So just pick one, whichever one you got the most passion about, and go and go all in on that.
Okay. All right, I got one more question. It's about
Go ahead.
man. So like, how do you deal? I know you probably get a lot. Like, how do you deal with like when girls like call you like fuck boy or this that, and the third? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a player. Like how do you deal? Like, how you sort of like play it off or just like?
That's a little gaslighting. That's a little fucking manipulation right there when they call you a little fuck boy. They want to, see how you handle it or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's like a little needling, like, just like poking you a little bit. Just trying to see what your response to that gonna be. Don't fall into women games and they little. So women got these little. They just like play these little mind games. What the fuck is that? What's a fuck boy? What's a fuck boy? Bitch, you don't even know nobody I fuck. That's just her fucking with you. So wait, I'm gonna call you a fuck girl. That's just her fucking with you. You don't even. Tell me one person I fuck. Come on, tell me one person I fuck. So she calling you a fuck boy, just playing these little stupid ass, little childish ass mind games. Y'all guys gotta stop letting women play these little stupid ass mind games. Now, if you fucking everything around campus, then shit, say, call me whatever you want to. Just don't get into it dealing with women with these little mind games. That's just a little mind game, little question right there she's asking you. She fucking with you. Don't feed into that bullshit. Don't feed into that energy where she's like kind of gaslighting you a little bit.
I got you. All right, that's pretty much it, man. Like I said,
all right, bro.
Thanks, big ups to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you're doing.
All right, bro. Be good. Y'all guys gotta understand that women, they be gaslighting the hell out you, man. Y'all guys gotta learn that they be gaslighting the hell out your ass. What's up, bro?
Hey, MS, what's happening, man?
What's up, man?
Hey, I'm not so cold today. How you doing?
You look like your girl just told you to go home. What's up, man?
I'm just hopping in the car real quick. I just got out of martial arts, and I just want to give a little tip for all my guys out there. It helps with your confidence. But anyways, my question is, I'm 20 years old, and I'm starting to, I want to get my own place so I can fuck these hoes to sleep straight up. But, as of right now, I'm living with my parents, trying to grind and get some jobs. And, there's this chick who's, I followed all the strategies, man. She's hitting up my line, texting me, calling me. I ain't answering shit because I'm busy. And, I know she wants to get down, but I ain't got nowhere to do it other than this whip right here, and that's not where I'm trying to hit it. So, what's the best thing for me to maybe, what I'm trying to say is, either do I have to cut my losses, or can I get my cake and eat it too? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to grind and get the pussy, or just sacrifice.
How old are you, brother?
20.
Okay, you don't got no job?
No, not at the moment.
See, you guys got to work this out. Y'all guys want to get laid, man. This is something you got to work out. I don't know your situation, a friend, a cousin, or something. Like, I just find it hard to believe. Don't laugh. I once fucked a bitch behind a church. I'm not bullshitting you. I once fucked a bitch behind a church. Dead ass serious. Like, I don't know, y'all guys can't call yourself sleazeballs if you're not willing to fuck a bitch behind the church. I'm dead serious. If you are unwilling to fuck a bitch behind a church, do not call yourself. Man, do y'all guys know when I was in school, we used to fuck bitches in the park. The park. Dude, what you need, a Hilton hotel with a king-size bed? What the hell is wrong with you guys, man? Who over here that's over fucking 15 done fucked a bitch in a fucking park? That bitch in the bathroom of McDonald's. Dead ass serious. Like, y'all guys got too many rules to get in pussy. Man, I done fuck bitches every goddamn well. Every goddamn well. So y'all guys got to get on your game. Y'all gotta have a room. You can't fuck this bitch on the air conditioning unit at the apartment. Outside. Okay. It ain't no park where you at where you can go fuck this bitch. You can't tell that bitch, hey, let's take a nice little brisk walk 10 o'clock at night in the fucking park.
Yeah, she wants to go for a hike or something.
You goddamn right. Let's go for a matter of fact. Let's go right now. I'll call that bitch and let's go hiking right now.
You're the best, yo. Thanks for keeping it real, man.
No problem, bro. Yeah, let me tell y'all guys something. All my guys over here, that's watching me right now, man, let me tell y'all guys something. Do y'all guys don't think that when I was y'all age, we ain't have places? I ain't take bitches no hotel. Man, we fuck bitches in the park. I fucked a bitch behind a church one time. A church. And I am not ashamed. Because God blessed me with that pussy. He gave it to me. A gift from the Lord. And that was me paying homage to him for the ass. Thank you, Lord. And he was not mad. I'm still here. He has not struck me down. He was not mad. You know what the Lord hates? When you waste a good piece of ass. He don't like that. And it pisses him off. He put the ass here for you to enjoy. The good Lord put the ass here for you. Do not waste his gift. It is not, that is a sin. Me fucking a bitch behind the church was not a sin. Wasting good ass is a sin. It says Corinthians 10:17 or whatever. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, AMS?
You look like you at the church right now.
What's that?
You look
What do
like
you
you
mean?
at church right now.
No, I'm just dressed up fresh, dog. That's all.
Okay.
I had to share something. I was going to ask a question, but I want to tell all these young fellas because I'm pushing 40 here in a couple years, and guys, you got to get your priorities in line. If you're living with your mom, you can't even have money for a hotel room to smash. You need to get your priorities in order. You know, even if you get a junk ass apartment, you still have somewhere to go.
Right.
And, you know, with all this rationalization and trying to figure out what to do to smash, you could be using that to better yourself.
Right.
And the other thing I would like to share with some of these guys is if you want to get a social media starting or attention for social media, get with a Mac and develop iMovie. Learn how to use iMovie, make your own videos, and therefore you can record what you do in your life that makes you happy. And then you can show others. Okay,
Right.
so it's a developmental skill that you can learn. And if you're wasting your time playing video games, or chasing too much poon when you need to be focusing on your priorities, everything's time. Everything you do is time. If it's wasted time, there's no return for that. And I just want to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, brother, I appreciate that. A lot of these guys, I think, if you listen to a lot of the questions or not, I got a lot of purpose questions, so I'm proud of that.
Right.
I think so far I done got more purpose questions than ask questions, so I appreciate the guys who are wanting to become better. See, all this shit becomes better, guy, easier when you are a high value man and you can dictate and women respect you because they know you got options. All this shit naturally comes more easier, and you don't have to call me and ask me why some bitch lost interest in you because you really don't give a shit. Because you're a high value man and you feel you're a high value man and you just feel like I'll replace her ass tomorrow. So I appreciate it. I think it's like the third time you done called and you're trying to encourage the brother. So, and y'all know why he keep doing that? He's 40. And so when you're 40 and I'm 41, what ends up happening is he's probably had a little bout in his life where he had a hard time struggling with life, and then he got on his purpose and now life becomes easier. And he's trying to tell you guys, as I've been trying to tell you guys for the past 3 years, that life is so much more easier when you're on your purpose. Life is just so much more easier, and the women just naturally come. So I appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, be grateful, and just remember, you know, a high value man is being able to say no to pussy at times. So,
Good one, brother.
all right, later.
Be good, brother. He kind of lost me at Poom. He kind of lost me at. He almost, when he said Poom, I ain't gonna lie. He a loyal patron supporter, but that's the word that gets you blocked over here. Poom. Don't nobody. I'm gonna tell you right now. But nobody call back up here talking about some goddamn poom. We don't call it no poom over here. We call it ass. Oh, goddamn poom. But shout out my brother, man. He trying to give y'all inspiration in poom. What's up, brother?
Hey, AMS, what's going on?
What's
Pleasure
up,
to be here.
brother?
So my thing is taking the next step. I actually started watching your videos 2 years ago. I was broke as shit, didn't have a car, didn't have an apartment, and a few months after the pandemic is when I got all three. And my thing is like, how do you overcome, the fear of taking the next step? Because next month I'm gonna be in real estate, and that's a six-figure income right off the bat if you put in all the hard work, 60 hours plus. And and another thing regarding speaking to women or whatnot, I've been watching your your relationship advice and whatnot. But I mean, it's kind of like talking to women. I don't get a fear of speaking to them, but it's like I kind of get
Let me answer that first question first. Question. Like how you take the next step. So it's all gonna come down to your competency. So if you're competent in something, that's the root of confidence. So in other words, how much homework have you done on something? You get what I'm saying? So if you're completely, ignorant to something, you're not gonna be that confident in it, and you're not gonna want to take that next step. But when you put time in to become competent at something, that's the root of confidence. You see what I'm saying? So if you're not competent in something, so whatever that was that you want to take the next step, how competent are you in it? You see what I'm saying? So like, let's say me with when I started my security company, I had did security for 3 years, almost 4 years before I started that. So I was very competent in it, and that gave me the confidence that I could do it. But let's just hypothetically say I never was a security guard, and I just felt like doing it because I knew I could make some money in it. Then I'm going to be scared to take that next step because I'm not competent in it.
Yeah.
So make sure that you're competent in something before you take the next step, and then the fear would go because you're confident in what you can do. So I'm asking the question. I'm not throwing a scenario. How competent in that are you?
I say 80% because I just passed my courses and whatnot. I'm about to take the test, and then I get thrown right into the wolves next month when I start full time.
Okay. Well, that's going to determine how far you go in that, and if you feel confident in it, you will go far. If you don't, then you won't.
Okay.
And that's just going to be you doing your homework, brother. See, when you're prepared, you see what I'm saying? This is when you're prepared and you do your research, and you're not just winging it. Like, you see what I'm saying?
I always winged in the past.
Huh?
No, I was saying I always wing things in the past and I made it, but I don't want to be that type of man.
No. You gotta be. See, when you feel like you know your shit, and when you feel like you done studied and you done everything, this will give you the confidence to take that next step. When you just not doing your research and your homework, you're not gonna want to take that next step. That's what creates that feeling. You don't know what the hell you're doing. You see what I'm saying? When I do something, man, I make sure I do a lot of research. I don't just wing shit or just do these impulse things when I just get a little whim in my head and I decide, I want to do this. No, I don't do nothing like that. Everything I do, I research it thoroughly before I do it. Everything.
Planned out in action. Okay.
Right.
All right. Okay.
Now, what's the next question?
Oh, the next question is about approaching. But like I was saying before, I watched your channel. This is actually how I got to your channel. I didn't really know anything about relationships or women or anything like that. I had went to college when I was 18, and I met this woman who I really liked. I was talking to her. I thought she was around my age, but she was 31. Super bad. She was I know we have our opinions on how women look and whatnot, but in my eyes, she was a 10. The perfect light skin. She had her hair was gold. Her eyes were green, and I was just head over heels. We had long distance because her car broke down and she lived like an hour away from me, and this is when I had nothing, so I couldn't really do anything. I couldn't go about it anyway. I was never afraid to talk to women that I perceived to be 9s or 10s. Before I had met her, I always did it and whatnot, but this one was just the one for me. And fast forward a few months later, we're talking on the phone, having long distance relationships through text and calling, and she had broke it off with me. We always made jokes, but I had made a joke, and she said I was she said, fuck, I can't remember it, but she was saying on the lines that I was unrealistic or something. So after that happened, I was confused. I mean, I never really knew like what the hell that even meant. So fast forward a few weeks later, I went to the DMV, and I see the back of her, and I was about to say, hey, how's it going? She turned around, and keep in mind, I'm 18, she's 31, and I look at her, and she got a huge stomach, pregnant, like 7 months, like ready to bust. And I was like, fuck that shit. I ran, I speed walked to the bathroom. Like, this is my first time being in a, like in a true relationship. So I know people in the chat probably laughing and shit, but I just couldn't think. Like, that was like, I couldn't think or anything. I'm 18 at the time.
Right.
And, every time, I mean, talking to the six, talking to a 6 or a 7, that wouldn't be nothing. But like talking to a 9 or a 10, that would be like really hard for me, because like I don't want, because in back of my mind it's like I don't want to have to go through that again, because that was kind of traumatizing to me at being at a young age. I'm 21 right now, but
Right. Well, your fear of who you are afraid to talk to, that lets you know where you think your sexual market value is. That's how you get to tell where your sexual. So if you're afraid to talk to an 8, what does that tell you? Well, deep down you think you're a 7, at least no higher than that. If you're afraid to talk to a 9 or a 10, that means you deep down don't think you're a 9 or a 10. That's what that tells. That's why you was able to talk to the 6 and the 7, because that's where you place yourself at. But when you try to talk to the hotter chick, because you didn't feel like you were there. So what I would tell you is, you need to do some more work till you. Let me put it to you like this. Let me put it to you like this. What if you had a 6-pack and you made $1 million a year? Do you think you still would be afraid to talk to the